Normal is 80 to 100, and I've got 326.
He is the TinFoilChef, a man with a video love.
Hey all, welcome to day 5 of the orbit. You know, there's something that I've been having a lot of fun with. Please note that was said sarcastically. Blood sugar levels, blood glucose levels if you want to get technical. And I am concerned about this because I am diabetic, and controlling these is kind of important. The normal blood glucose levels in an ordinary healthy person range from 80 to around 100 milligrams per deciliter. And that's the unit of measure I use because that's what my meter is calibrated in. My glucose levels, on the other hand, are frequently considerably higher than that. And it's something of a problem. For example, fasting blood glucose reading, and by fasting it means I have not had anything to eat for at least 8 hours before the reading. 10:39 this morning it was 326. That's a heck of a way to start the day. Normal is 80 to 100, and I've got 326. And that's not the highest I've ever had. So at that point I go with an injection of 30 units of Novolog, which is a flavor of injection insulin. I also have Levemir that I take once a day, and 3 times a day with the Novolog. At 1:03, about 2.5 hours later, I check the reading again, and it is down to 189. At that point I take 2 500 milligram metformin. As I understand it, it's intended to increase the body's production of insulin, which processes the blood sugar. It gets the blood glucose, gets the glucose out of the blood. An hour and a half later, at almost 2:30, the reading is down to 165. At that point, I do another shot, 20 units Novolog. Sometime later, at 4:18 p.m., I take the reading again, and it is finally down to 126, which is borderline acceptable. At that point, I have my first meal of the day and 2 more 500 milligram metformin. I had this idea today because I've been having a heck of a time controlling blood sugar. It's been a real pain. No matter what I do, it's in the 200 to 300 and something range. Almost 400 sometimes. And that's really double not good. So I decided, in my infinite wisdom, that I wasn't going to have anything to eat until the blood sugar went down to an acceptable level. So all I had all day was nothing but water and the medications. Like I said, it took until about 4:18 to come down to 126. At that point I had the 2 metformin, I had my first meal. About a little over a couple hours later, at 6:49, the number is back up to 259. At that point I take my 3rd Novolog shot, another 20 units, and I have my coffee. And now it is 9:11, the number is still 293, and I take my 30 unit Levemir shot. I'm going to take another test again around midnight to see where it ends up, and I'm hoping that in the morning a fasting number won't be in the stratosphere. The problem with all this is that the way insulin takes care of blood sugar is to store it as, guess what? Fat. This is why diabetics have such a hard time losing weight. What I'm going to do for the next few days at least is that each day I keep track of the blood sugar, and until the reading is at or below 120, I will not consume anything but water. Maybe that way I can get this mess under control. And by the way, for the time being, the question of the day is going to be replaced by captioning these pictures. My sister sent me an email with a whole boatload of interesting and somewhat humorous looking pictures, so I'm going to use those for a while. Alright, take it easy, I'm out of here.
He is the TinFoilChef, and the frog just doesn't give a shit.
Hello, it's Monday, September the 27th. Well, those blood glucose levels would seem to explain a few things, wouldn't they? I know I should have something incredibly witty to say here, but for some reason I haven't the first clue what to say. Perhaps some of you have suggestions. There are 5 new subscribers: AdamRaceToTheMat, BaronVonGalatz, gbgyf, PSPGOD9999, and MrImnus. Welcome and thank you very much for subscribing. The previous question of the day: what are they saying in this picture? Today's question of the day, I guess it's actually a picture to caption what's being said here. The dirty word of the day, clog.
It's the TinFoilChef.